Hey, what's going on everyone? We're back, Alliance War Season 24. This is war number 9 on the season, and this is a pretty quick one. We've got 5 fights. We're just clearing Path 5 today for the most part, so pretty simple. We're bringing in Dr. Doom, Sorcerer Supreme, and for the first time, Professor X. This dude is so much fun. I was so excited to have the opportunity to bring him in to my attack team for the first time this season. And we're scouting Path 5, and it's pretty standard stuff. The Nova in Section 2 is pretty common. We have a Wasp there as well. We have an Apocalypse boss again, so pretty standard. But our first fight up here is going to be against this Guardian, and we're going to throw on a few boosts. I wasn't too worried about this fight. Guardian's pretty straightforward as a defender, I think. Nothing too complicated about him. And the node, I believe, is heavy hitter. Once I get these boosts on here, we can go in. But yeah, we're going to use Dr. Doom for this fight. And pretty much just do the regular Doom cycle thing. We're going to get to our special 3 and just kind of try to rotate those and recycle them. So it's the Ebb and Flow knockdown node. Again, Guardian, not too difficult as a defender. He's a 5-star rank 5. But we're going to go in, and we're going to miss a parry right off the bat. But we get the knockdown there, so we get the Fury up early. And that's the only other thing we have to be mindful of, is that he's going to be purifying those debuffs occasionally. So I want to make sure that when I put a shock on him, it's going to stick. And he's not going to purify it when our Fury timer goes away. And then obviously I need to keep knocking him down in order to get the damage. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to just basically block the first part of his special ones and then evade the second part, which I can do pretty easily. But so far we're off to a good start. You can see the Fury expiring there. We're going to block the first part of the special one, evade the second part, knock him down. And now that we're almost to a special 3, we're going to throw that off after one more combo here. And here we go. Now, he only had 1 bar of power. Ideally, he would need to have 2 bars of power or more in order to rotate this Doom cycle correctly. So we're not going to be able to get back to a special 3 very quickly after this, because he just didn't have enough power for us to drain here afterwards. So we're taking some of his power, but you can see the special 1 is not going to give us what we need. That's fine. He's down to 11%. We have our Fury active. And we're going to go in for another combo and knock him down. So I think we took like 3% health lost with the block there. Really not a problem. We get the full attack bonus, 54 hits in. Only took 1 special 3 basically to get him down. So like I said, nothing too complicated. This second fight though was definitely one I was concerned about and probably underestimated a little bit. It's an Iron Man Infinity War on the Ebb and Flow knockdown with the heavy hitter node, and that's problematic. He's a 5-star rank 5 because that's problematic because I don't have consistent reparries at this point. I don't feel confident enough to do them in war. So obviously you cannot parry his medium attacks that don't make contact, and I can't punish his heavy attack to go in after. So that definitely creates a problem. In addition to the Ebb and Flow knockdown node, just trying to keep the Fury up. There's a lot to kind of pay attention to here. So what I'm going to do is the same strategy I employed when I fought a Nova here, which is just keep him slowed so that I can punish his heavy attacks. And so you saw I got the first slow off right there, so I was able to go in after his heavy and punish it. I reapply the slow here with the special 2. The protection was restored, so knocking him down gave it back. Removed the protection. So I have that Fury up right now. And what I need to do is I need to bank that Ruin to slow him permanently at some point. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Now that I've gained some ground, I'm going to let my power go up and save for that special 3 so that I can permanently bank that last Ruin and slow him with every special attack I do. Because it is a little complicated to try to keep that slow debuff on him without having it as the permanent Ruin stored. So we just get to the special 3 right here just in time. We're in the right blessing. So we're going to throw it off, and this isn't going to do a lot of damage because he has the protection on, obviously, but that's fine. We're just looking to get that slow Ruin bank. I believe this knocks him down, so it does give us the Fury. Oh no, it doesn't actually. Okay, so special 3 knockdown does not count as a knockdown to get the Fury. So he still has the protection on, but he is slowed, so we can punish his heavy attacks. Right here, his armor kicks in and he auto blocks. So again, I could not knock him down with that special, even though he's slowed, because he auto blocked it. So obviously the protection is still up. Right here, we're going to slow him again, and this time the special attack will knock him down. So there's our Fury. That's exactly what we wanted. We can punish the heavy attack, and the strategy is working. The only problem is it's taking a long time. So we're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds right here, and he's only down to 71% health. So, you know, as soon as I saw that, I kind of realized that this might be problematic. I'm going to get pretty close to timing out, unless I can start doing some more damage a lot faster. And obviously, once Iron Man Infinity War gets into his last 10, or I think it's 15%, he gets those armor ups, he starts to auto block, he's gaining power faster. So the last part of this fight I know is going to be problematic anyway, and I wanted to leave myself plenty of time, but it's not looking too good right now. So we're going to throw a special attack 1, get him slowed, knock him down again. We've got the Fury, the protection's gone. We can punish this heavy attack. The only thing with this fight that makes this complicated is that whenever that protection comes back for Iron Man Infinity War, he restores the debuffs, which means he's restoring the slow debuff that I keep putting on him, and so I keep having to reapply it while his protection's on. So because of that, it definitely adds a lot to this fight to think about. So there's just a lot of things to watch. My eyes were kind of going back and forth between my health bar, between my blessings, between the Fury to make sure the Fury's still up, between his protection to make sure the slow debuff is on him. Because obviously I can't punish his heavy unless the slow's on him. So there's a lot of things to watch. There's a lot going on here. And that's only going to be compounded when he gets into his last 15%, because then we're going to have to watch his armor up buffs as well as his power gain. So yeah, there's a lot to pay attention to in this fight. Right here, we're at a minute, and we have him armor broken, we have him slowed, we have the Fury on. This is kind of the home stretch here. He enters his phase where the armors come on, and he gains power, and now he's going to be auto-blocking us. And you can see right there, the protection came back and restored the debuff. So the debuffs were lost. We get them back right here, we get our Fury back, and we've got 40 seconds to go. I definitely mistimed the dex on his special 1, and he hit me, but it's not doing a lot of damage. And he's so close now. He's down to 7%. We're throwing our specials, but right here the protection comes back, and that attack doesn't do much. And now the slow debuff is off of him, so we cannot punish his heavy, and the clock is just ticking away. We throw a special 1 here to get the slow back on him, but the protection comes back and restores it, and again, we're kind of in the same place. Now he auto blocks, and yeah, I mean, with 5 seconds left, that's basically a timeout. I kind of played recklessly for the last 15 seconds there because we knew we were going to time out, and I'd rather go for the kill and die rather than get a timeout and not try my hardest. So that's a death with Sorcerer Supreme to an Iron Man Infinity War in Section 1, which sucks. That is totally sucks. Like I said, I kind of underestimated the fight. I didn't anticipate the protection restoring the debuffs, and that would make such a big difference. So, yeah, the reparry skill is something I definitely need to perfect for fights like this. But anyway, we went back in with Dr. Doom, and obviously this last part of Iron Man Infinity War is the hardest part of him when he starts auto-blocking everything. So all we're going to do here is we're just going to hit into his block. He's only at 4%, so we're just going to use Dr. Doom's high attack to just hit into his block, and eventually this is going to do it. And so this is pretty boring. It's just, you know, basically waiting for him to throw up his block, go in and hit him, block the special 1s. Here we go. We go in for another block combo, and he's at 1%, and it's just going to require a few more blocked hits, and that's going to do it. So we still get 2 attack bonuses, but losing that first one really hurt. That definitely sucked. I didn't need Sorcerer Supreme for another fight this war, fortunately, so I don't need to revive her. But yeah, to lose an attack bonus and be the first death of the battle group definitely sucks. But we move on. We move on to this Storm Pyramid X here on the Steady Build-Up Fury, Heavy Hitter, and Power Alternator node. And we're going to use Professor X, and so this is where we get his first fight of the war. He's got one more fight after this. But winning this fight will give us a Cerebro charge, so we'll have 2, so the special attacks will be hitting harder. And this fight is a little complicated. The Power Alternator node is what kind of makes this a difficult fight for Professor X, because, you know, you want to save for a special 3 and, you know, throw some pretty massive special 2s after the special 3. Unfortunately, Power Alternator, as you can see right there, kicks in and steals my power. So I kind of have to manage that timer, and you know, we're trying to build our Cerebro charges, so we're going to throw the special 1 here, get a few of them, get a prowess. We're going to bait her special 1 and evade it. We can pretty much fully evade her special 1 on a consistent basis, so I'm not too worried about it. So we've got to bait another one out here because she has 4 prowess, so these are going to hit hard if they hit us. Fortunately, I can evade them. We're going to throw another special 1 here, so we get to our 100 Cerebro charges, and we have that prowess refreshed. So we're in a good spot right now. We just need to manage this power a bit. So I'm watching that timer. I'm trying to give her a bar of power here and have her hold it until the timer expires. There we go. So now we're going to try to bait that special 1. Perfect right there. I'm going to go in, and we're going to try to build our power to be the highest we can before Power Alternator will steal it. So we throw the special 1. We're in mind control, so she can't throw a special. Our special attacks are unblockable, so we're going to keep throwing these into her. Power Alternator is on cooldown still, so it's not taking any of our power. And yeah, we build up 3 prowess buffs there through that special 1. We're going to throw another 1 here, get some good damage off it, and this fight's pretty much over now. Definitely not a textbook Professor X fight, but the Power Alternator node just kind of made it difficult to play it ideally. But even so, no problem. We get her down in 1 shot. I really wasn't worried about that fight at all. We get the full attack bonus, 68 hits. Definitely a little bit of a longer fight, but you know, I just love playing Professor X. He's so much fun. And that's going to bring us into Section 2. So we've got 2 fights left, just the 2 fights on our path here. Path 5, Ebb and Flow Intercept. We got this Nova here, and we've seen this dude so many times this season. I think we've fought at least 5 Novas out of the 9 wars we've had in Section 2. Pretty common placement for him. With Dr. Doom, it's really not a big deal. I didn't, you know, need to heal Doom up for this fight. We had a pretty much full health bar from the previous fight. We're slightly boosted, but this is going to be a pretty standard fight, and just get to that Doom cycle, get to that Doom rotation, and you know you can end this fight. I'm just going to be taking block damage if I don't parry him, which is fine. We've got that high health, we're tanky, armored, got great crit resistance, so we're going to be fine just taking these hits on the block. We're not going to worry about it. Play it nice and conservative. And, you know, I was never really worried about this fight. Like I said, I've taken a lot of Novas this season in Section 2 on this path, and I don't think I've died to one yet. I've definitely, you know, taken some damage through the block on him, but for the most part, this is pretty straightforward. Dr. Doom gets this massive Fury from his special 3, and all this extra damage we're dealing is kind of like a way to negate that 60% cap from the node. So we're dealing like probably close to our normal damage with this Fury up, even with the cap. And right here, we get back to another special 3, so this is going to give us 2 Furies now, so we're going to be hitting even harder off of it. And like I said, this cycle that you get opponents in with Dr. Doom is just like an instant KO. You pretty much know the fight's over now. We didn't quite steal enough power here from the special 1. Oh no, we did. We got him to a special 3, and so we got 2 bars of power. We actually get an intercept with this special 2. He was coming at us, and when we threw it, we actually intercepted him. So we have the Fury now from knocking him, or from intercepting him, and we're going to end this fight much faster than I expected to because of that. We just got a ton of damage off while that protection was down, and we got him down to 2%, so a few extra hits are going to take him down in about 2 minutes. That fight went better than expected. We get the full attack bonus, obviously. A bit of a lengthy fight, but pretty easy, never in doubt. But that's going to bring us to what I consider to be the highlight of this video, which is Professor X against this Wasp. Above 25 Cerebro charges, opponents cannot evade him, so he's a really good counter. It's the Ebb and Flow Intercept node, and you know, this is a pretty beefy Wasp. Wasps obviously have very low hit points, but it's a high-ranked Wasp, so still a pretty decent opponent. They're running Max Limber, so I have to be quick with these heavy attacks to build my Cerebro charges, but once we're at 25, Wasp is no longer evading us, so we get to that point right here, so we're good. But the goal is still to build our Cerebro charges up to 100 and our power up to the special 3, so we can launch that into her and just throw a lot of specials afterwards. But you can see, even with the protection, we're still dealing pretty good damage because of Wasp's low health pool. We're baiting the special 1s, really easy there. We're going to channel again. We're going to try to get to those 100 charges. And right here, we're going to go in for another few hits. And then we're just going to dash back and channel because we have the falter. And actually, that falter gave us the intercept. So she hit into us. We released our heavy off the falter. And we got an intercept, which means we are doing our full damage. And the special 3 hits so hard. I mean, that's just huge. And then we follow it up, of course, with a massive, massive special 2. Followed up with another special 1, and down she goes. Just super quick. Professor X's falter mechanic makes it really easy to intercept opponents there when you can, and that fight ended in a blink of an eye. That's going to do it. Great finish to the war. Also a great finish for the Alliance. We did get the win. It wasn't really close. We kind of knew we had the win in the bag. It certainly wasn't a great performance by our Alliance. I can say that with confidence. I think we are certainly capable of better, but like I said, our defense held up really well. So that puts us at 5-4 on the season now. We're still right in the middle of Platinum 3, basically. So with only a few wars left, that'll be likely where we end the season. But obviously, we want to continue winning, continue improving. And we hope you enjoyed the video. Nice and quick. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.